Hello, everybody. Surprise. I actually announced this, so it's not a complete surprise. So we are playing with a library. And we need to make some patches for it. Thought I'd bring you guys along. Let's see here. I should have sent an email out. Oh well. Hey, PlugInGuru's live. The announcement is out. Let's see. I want to start with just a saw. And let's see what we can do sound-wise here. And let's see if we can put this through some sort of this. I made all these. Oh, I should get the camera going. So go over here and push this. Hello. So get back to Logic. What happened to the audio? Oh, because I have a MIDI player here and there's nothing going on. So Patchmaster Pro. I made all these really fun ARPs. Let's say a major cadence short. Let's see what we can do with this. Maybe we want to have let's do this. Let's say we want to add. Let's add a fifth to this. That'd be kind of fun. So let's say add the power square fifth to a new layer. Let's get a MIDI box on this guy too, so he gets to chirp along. And let's choose. I did it wrong, but if I go over here, I can go right to the art patterns quickly. Octave cadences. Let's do it. There we go. Hi, Cornell. I do sleep. I do. But it's 7 p.m. and I wanted to do some programming and share it. And it gets recorded and then it's online for people to watch later. So, yeah. But this is my full-time job, so even when I'm not live streaming, I'm working on things. There's a new library over here beside me that I'm working on another computer. So, you know, that's just never stops. Let's do this. I want to actually do this. I'm just going to copy over, and I'm going to use my new key commands to do the copy, and then change this to a Guru sample here because I don't need to have it be a Unify layer. I'm not going to make this particular sound any. Let's see what happens if we add something like Laserium to this. I'm just curious. This is a test. Let's say load into Unify layer. That's cool. Let's take it down an octave. And then I want it to get dark after it settles. So let's go over here and go. And I'm going to use my little spiffy key commands here to copy and paste. But then I need to come over here and tell this to be 2. Hey guys, welcome. Let's see. I'm gonna shoot it down an octave to see. And then I'm gonna do a test because I was showing in the live stream how you can use shift to speed up or slow down. I'm gonna slow it down by taking it to shift, like say 16. And let's do a different shift value for the other side because it's stereo, right? Let's see here, what happened? Did I use transpose? I probably used transpose, yes. Shift. There. That's pretty cool. And then we turn this down a little bit. Let's put a stereo chorus on it to like silky it out a little bit and give it more of a... Then with some sort of really big bass with that. So let's go over here to, let's try Battle Axe. This is a patch that I made earlier. Let's go MIDI box. Let's go over here, say Patch Master. Go to the arpeggiative patterns. Another octave cadence, but let's say... And then let's half time this, so it's half time. Let's go to EQ. Let's go into this and let's mess up this patch so it's not just a complete. Hello, Ant. There we go. Let's get a little bit more stereo play here. And I actually want to add something else to this. Let's go. The fun thing with Unify is that because these are layers, but it's a Unify plugin, I can just add into this one element. I want to add a square. Just say a simple square so we don't get too carried away. And just instrument layer 1. And then I'm going to actually check this out. This is a fun trick. I'm going to use a percussion MIDI file to get what I want to have happen. So we're going to go to the standard library, Unify standard library. There's all of these single drum single drum part MIDI files. So you can use like a hi-hat. These are all just one notes. So let me see here. Why are you not? Oh, you're not playing. For what reason? Let's see. Give it a bit of a shape. I don't want it to be just a blat. Oh, that's what it is. It's already in a MIDI file playing situation because, so here, let's do this. Let's say unsolo this, copy this layer, and then delete it. Because there's a MIDI box here, so it's controlling everything inside of that Unify layer. So by deleting it and saying paste, I've now broken it out. Now it's playing to a MIDI file. And then I can play with different MIDI files. And 12 plus 8 is 20, so I want to say 20. So we'll go set this to 20, and we should have a nice... So I'm using a kick drum pattern right now. Maybe I need it to be an octave down, so back to 8 you go. Let's play some other pattern. 4 in the 4. See, I love happy accidents like this. Like, I had no intention of using these hi-hats to play. But it kind of works. I'd say saw down. There. I already know the name of the patch. So Z, BPM split, laser surgery. Which means we need to have some sort of really cool synthy sound for the right hand. So this is BPM split. And my air conditioner's on behind me because it was 90 something today here in Portland. It's cooling down a lot tomorrow. Made during the 6/27 Synth patch programming live stream. Save as. Save. So I'm going to take all these guys, right click on all of them, and now I can play a note on the keyboard, which would be the top note. And then what I do when I make splits, I always play to make sure that's kind of cool. Let's see if I'll do that so it's so doesn't get quite so like subby, rumbly, and stuff like that. Now I need to come up with the right hand. So Option, click to save. Let's start with a knit patch. This is always the fun part, is making lead sounds. I'm gonna make it from, let's use like Blatty Brass to start. Say load into a new Unify layer, and immediately right click and hit C. So, and I want it down an octave. So you hold on Option Alt. But we want this to be even cooler, bigger, bolder. It's just one patch right now, right? So let's get detuned PWM into the mix. And I'm just going to get the single layer, because the 4.1 loads 4 times the amount of sample memory. I'm starting to get, there's going to be a lot of memory by the time I'm done for this patch. So I'm looking out for you guys. And we want these both to be monophonic legato, about maybe 10. So go back here and change this also to be legato monophonic. Duplicate this layer, take it down an octave. And let's take and duplicate this again and take it up an octave. And then I'm going to get some reverb effects into here because it needs some larger than life. And of course, to test, what do? We got to go over here and say, I could lose a groove from one of my libraries but I'm just going to do something really quick with battery. It's a quick way to just check. Testing, 1, 2, 3. How are you guys doing? Run the stereo on the right hand. Oh, you're right. Nice one. We will do that. Let's see here, get back to Logic. And detune as well would be nice in here. So typical detune parameter value is usually about plus minus 10 to 12, somewhere in there. So let's get these two guys to give us some spread. And then let's say about 60, maybe. 60 one way, 60 the other way. I also want the brass to be doubled. So duplicate this. Put it up here. And then for really good fun, because we can, and it really makes a difference, add some jitter boxes, like 30, 34 milliseconds, randomizing. So let's say to that and to the main, let's do it to the stereo ones. That'd be really fun. So the stereo imaging will be a little bit different all the time. Go creative, jitter box. Give ourselves about 30 milliseconds on each one. Creative, jitter box. So let's see here. If we go over here and There we go. I don't like that hi-hat, so we need to come over here to El Logico. Let's close this down a little bit so you can follow along. Let's see, command, there you are. So I want to go to P for the piano display. Oh, I'm messing everything up. I should have backed it up before I did this. So, oh, here comes the synth. There we go. And then if you don't like the sounds, you can always go in here and go over here to the filter and turn it on. Clean up some of that dirt. Let's see, turn on the compressor. There we go. That's better. It's like Rocket. I'm kind of, you know, this is retro kind of stuff because it's an analog library, right? So, you know, the bass line that's going to boom. That's this guy's right here. Check this out. So if you want to play with this and turn it into something more, sequence it. Right? Let's see if I can pull this off for my next trick. So we now have it so that we'll just play here in Logic, right? Let's save this patch. And then in Logic, I'm gonna double click to open up another track of Unify. And for this one, I'm going to mute that bass so that it doesn't play. And I'm not quite sure on my Laserium sound yet, but I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to this library. It's kind of fun to do this kind of stuff. So go BPM split, down here in the bonus stuff, and look for laser surgery, and then solo this bass and bypass MIDI box. So now I can play this bass sound and I can make something now that's like custom tailored to it as a MIDI file that I will then shoot back into Unify. I can also play this bass and go, it's a little blatty. So let's, okay, we got that shaped a little better. Oh yeah, it's Herbie. It's kind of what I think about. I got an email from Herbie a couple days ago. He's in Europe, getting ready to tour. Mike, what? I got to hear some music. What's the new stuff you're working on? Because he did an interview where he's talking about new music. It's like, I want to hear it. Dude, that's a very wide bass. Maybe too wide. But now it's more percussive, so. Now, one thing I love with Logic is I was not recording, but I actually was. A lot of the DAWs can now do this now. It's really nice. I can go over here and I just, is this the button? No. Where's capture is recording? There it is. So I love that because whenever I'm just jamming is when I come up with my coolest ideas. When I hit record and the beat, 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 play, I don't choke, but I don't have the same just, I'm not thinking about it, you know? Like 13. So I'm going to use the scissors. Let's see. And right there, option. Let's see, got to go. Give me my scissors. Okay, you can go back to text. Oh, I've got all these extra buttons. So scissors, option, and click. And that splits it hopefully on this smart thing so that we've got it divided up. Right? These are all, yeah, okay, so. I like that. So I think these two right here, Command J, delete, go back here to the beginning. Nope. Beginning, please. Right there. I think this. Let's see. I always have to do what I call gardening, clean up a little bit. Like I want this. Right there. There, I think that will work. Loop it. There. So you can see how I started with something just to fill in the gap and get the sounds that I wanted. And then I can come back and I can make sequences like this inside of my sequencer. And then let's just call this is laser surgery. So this is the bass for laser. And copy that and then X. Now, the last thing I need to check, just real quickly, I want to make sure this last note doesn't go over this bar line. If this note went like this, it makes it now a 3 measure MIDI file instead of a 2 measure MIDI file. I don't want a 2 measure MIDI file, or I want a 2 measure, I don't want a 3. Let's take a look at this real quick. Get rid of any control change because there's none of that stuff going on. Okay, so we are on the go to copy the name, export, go over here to, no, not drum single, but to MIDI files. Then you navigate to the library. So this is libraries. And we are in Patchmaster Pro 1, MIDI files. We'll just save it here on the top and select this and paste the name that I copied from the, but let's actually, there. Now that I've done that, I can delete these guys and delete, I don't need that. I can actually delete this layer for now. I'll probably come back to it at another point, but I can go back to Unify and unmute the bass, open this MIDI box and just click right here and go up one layer and boom, there's bass. And we want it to be 1-to-1, not halftime. And I have to transpose it up too because I played in B flat. So, pretty cool. I don't want it to be so brassy because brass kind of gives a certain connotation to lead sounds. So just want to have a cool chiff. So then you can do your Herbie face and do the... And... Okay, I think... Let's fix Mr. OB. That's better. Let's get rid of the reverb. In fact, let's just delete that. I don't need a loud max right here. I don't need an enforcer really. Ah, an enforcer is nice. It's a little, this is our compressor. Tighten it up a little bit. Here's without. Now, I have to deal with my Laserium situation because let's do this. Let's center it and mono it so I can program this one to sound the way I want. I want a faster decay. And I want to end up somewhere in there. And I don't care about velocity for this. There. That way it kind of gets out of the way and doesn't just keep... And maybe we could put a filter cutoff really slow just for a little bit of harmonic interest. Right? So I'm going to hold down Control and Shift and click this one. And new to Unify 1.9 is this little lock. So I'm going to lock that. And now I can just hold down Shift and click. And boom. I've duplicated the patch. But there's still, because I locked it, it's still playing the same sound. Now this, I'm going to invert and have this filter go in the opposite direction of the other one. So they're kind of be playing around in the stereo field a little bit. Just is there and not. And I need some sizzle on the lead. That's kind of fun. I'll take it. So save. Now, that bass line is fun as is. So I'm going to delete these other layers and get a 2-for-1. Z BPM bass. Laser. Razor. And save as. Oh, just BPM bass. Save as. Save. And I could even. Let's do this. Let's call this patch back up and give it the full keyboard range first. Save. Now we can bypass MIDI box. Let's see, does that want to go down an octave lower? I might. What's nice is I've got 3 layers in Unify, right? But because it's right here, I can transpose the whole thing just by here. Yeah. So save and just call it Z bass. There, 3 patches out of 1. And if I wanted to, you could take it a step further and go to laser surgery, delete all of these other layers, and have this big lead sound across the whole keyboard, which is a whole different sound. So we're getting like 4, maybe even 5 patches. Now, how many layers is this? Yeah, that's a lot going on. Let's do this. Let's recreate it on the top layer. And the way to do that is to go copy, paste. Number 2, copy, paste. Number 3. We don't have an explode when it gets to be a complex. We can pull out just the top number 1 layer, but copy paste is fine. That's number 3, 4, copy, paste. Number 5, copy, and paste. And then option and click this to get rid of the original. Now, since I'm in Logic, I'm going to copy this. Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. Let's do this. Let's go save. This is a Z lead. Laser. Laser leader. We'll call this a laser leader. And it's lead. In the Z BPM split patch, let's go back to here to laser surgery. I had an EQ, right? So I need to go into this Unify layer. Let's just copy this whole layer, copy, because we can now do this. And go to the lead, laser leader, and paste. And there. And then I wanted to do some fun stuff with one thing that's cool in Unify is that pitch bend up and down is independent and has lag. So you can set this to be slower. So 0.15, I'm going to put both of the brass sounds through that lag. Maybe 11, because it doesn't take much to make it really noticeable. Have this one so that it goes down is actually going to go up an octave, and when you go down it's also going to go up, but it's going to go up plus 19. Cool. So option save that. I like that. Throw in some Hex Drums for sure. Yeah. M1 Studio. Yeah. One of these days I will get one. Cool. All right. So we could do maybe Laserium. That's kind of a cool sound as well. We want to get as many bonus patches as we can out of all this work. That's one thing that is important to... Let's go like this. I actually want to make a couple different Laserium patches. That's a good start, but let's like make this massive. Not like using massive, of course, but let's go down here to the pads in the Unify library and maybe something like mellow jaws for just a huge body. So let's say load this. And then I want one more, maybe Klamath, load into let's get the I'm gonna make a video to show this, but yeah, you need to sit lower, dude. That's pretty cool. Let's have Laserium cover the whole keyboard range up to G8. G8, please. Not F8, G8. There we go. And let's get this to be a little bit faster by using sample start in. If you bring up the attack to 005, that's the first point where DC offset clicks go away, but that's the fastest you can get. Anything below that, you'll still hear a little bit of click. A little bit less release, so it's not too muddy. And we want the sustain to stay up. Because I believe. Yeah, that's nice. Takes me back to my Korg days, man. We used to make all these combinations where you'd use like 3-4 patches. Need a little bit more brightness on. Hear that nice tingle in the filter? When you combine that with Laserium, it should be really cool. Yeah. I like that. What should we call this? It's like a power onslaught. Sounds good, huh? I could get a little bit more high-end tingle out of this. So let's go Flex EQ. A little bit more whip. Ooh. Ooh, hello. I need this to be a little velocity sensitive, please. Like maybe 50. And then let's go to the knobs. Second page has reverb, but it doesn't have anything assigned. So we're gonna go over here. The trick for doing knobs, what I like to do is set it Why are you not playing? Let's see here. There should be all sorts of sonic interesting stuff happening. Oh, I don't have this solo too. Duh. Let's say the max I wanted to have at is like maybe -1. So now I go over here and I use this box for doing the knob assignment for this, because this box says from 0 at the minimum value to the maximum value equals the middle. If the arrow, the line stops in the middle, that means current value. If it's to the top, that means max value. If it's 0, it means minimum value. So by having the line go to the middle, that means whatever this max value is what the max value will be input as my automatic, basically my depth of my modulation. So if I go over here and I go auxiliary send 1, boom, it does it. And then in 1.9, we have a really cool thing where you say duplicate +1 layer. And just like that, I can do all 3 knobs now are set up to be controlled. So let's get about where we want it to be. That'd be great in all sorts of retro tracks and stuff. So let's call this Laser Racer. Z Synth Laser racers. Racers. Not just one. We got lots of them. Synth. Made during the live streams. Got that as our comment over there. And I'll go through and I'll revise all the tags. I'm not gonna take live stream time to do tags with you guys because that's yeah. No, it's good to using these little controls that we set up for the macros are really important because you can set up, like if you have a whole string orchestra with like 5 layers, when you use this, you can set up the mix. Set when it's at max, it's the full mix just as it sounds right now in your tracks. So I could do volumes, for example, like say that I've got special volumes for everything, right? If I was to go over here, say synth volume and go over here, and if I use this, it's going to do the full range, and it tries for the first one. You'll notice it goes mix level, boom, it stops the knob at the value that equals that range, and it works for 1. So that's why the synth volume is where it's supposed to be. But anything after this, it's going to have to like break, because the volumes of everything, if I keep doing this 3 layers, they're all going to become the same value. So you don't want that. What's cool is if you use this box, I can go layer 1, mix level, go over here, say layer 2, mix level, go over here, layer 3, mix level, and just like that, it now is set so that I can turn the whole thing down, but the relationship stays consistent for the volumes. Right? All right, I'll save that into the patch just for fun. That's fun. I bet we can make a short synth out of this. Let's see. We'll play for a minute and see if this works. I want to short releases. Let's make it really random for the start time just for fun. So it becomes like a random LFO. And then we need to go over here to the second layer, hit the lock button. Then I hold down Control Shift, click here to copy it, and then hold down Shift and click here to paste it. Let's make this be a different sound. That's probably from Mega Magic Pads. I want really bright stuff. Let's also have this do random. And for this, I'm going to do my pitchy G trick, which is set this to custom. Change the LFO shape, set to 1 shot to uni. Now I have a nice laser attack. Let's go over here, shorten this. Different effects. That's pretty cool. All right, version 2. Save as. Save, which means I need to go to, here's a cool trick. I'm going to go back to the Patchmaster library, and it's somewhere in this list. I could see it's right here, so never mind. But I'm going to go over here. I want to reveal the first one. Well, first of all, I'm going to save it here, version 1, and update, and then reveal this in the Finder so that I can click over here and say version 1 for this. So that way I can keep it a little bit more organized. So I have, now as you can see, I'm going to have to hit the refresh button for it to update. And I have lots of libraries in there, so it takes it a couple seconds, so I get to have a Raspberry. So here's Laser Racers 1. Then when you're ready for another part in the song, you know, you can do all that kind of fun stuff. Cool. All right. Any requests? What kind of sound should we make? Hit that like button. But we'll make something based on what you guys suggest. Should I go after something like a Stranger Things kind of sound? Should we do, you guys were talking, I think, Chef, you were talking about pulsing patches. Should we do a pulsing patch? Art pads. Do something funky that is not a lead and goes well to a hip hop beat. Ah, okay. Well, let me get a hip hop beat to start. Let's do this. Let's call up Unify for this because we got some really killer beats inside. I let things like Cloud City. So let's go to Cloud City and BPM drums. We'll get something to make a funky lead too, because it's fun to no, we don't need cheap thrills. Let's slow it down a little bit for this. Let's record that. Okay, so we have a little, and I should probably record at the very beginning. Just a little controller to make sure that the mod wheel goes back to 0. Let's see, we don't need that. Go like that. Loop. Let's find something to layer with this. Maybe from percussion. No, not for hip hop. But is United in here? I don't have United in here. That's got some really cool grooves. I want to add a library really quick. So let's go over here and say reveal in Finder. And then I got to do a little quick voodoo to open up this folder and find. If you guys don't have the United library, that's the library I did as a fundraiser for Ukraine. And it's got some really, really cool alternate drum groove things in there that are pretty happening. So just refresh the library really quick. No hip hop. Okay, well, we'll do a pad, but we're gonna do hip hop first. Got to do a little bit of everything. So, but you'll like this. It's gonna be fun. So go United. There it is. Let's set this to Unify drum just to make sure and go going up. Nope. But we can open up this Unify layer and go up here to, actually Kindle has some really cool, I think at the end of all these, the KC3. These are really cool drum loop things. Oh, that's a big thing. You know, we gotta go to something like lo-fi. Let's see, Lo-Fi. This has a really cool. There we go. And let's call up one other Unify layer and go to like maybe like unit chill. Lo-fi would work too. So let's go to some of the, I think some splits. We can quickly type here split, see what we got. Yep. So crawdad chilliwax. So let's get rid of the drums. And let's record this in really quick. So just have a little something to play a lead to, you know? Wait, I gotta think more like hip hop things. That's a little bit more in the vein, I'm thinking. Okay. Let's go over it. Let's go to just one layer and a big thing we're gonna make. And I wanted to do the filter too. That's kind of cool. Let's get kind of crazy. Let's put Chow Matrix in here. Pan left and right. And here. Where is my instructions? There's all sorts of commands to add additional. Where are they? Oh, that's to get rid of it. Great. Oh. That's kind of cool, but we need to filter out the low stuff. So let's go EQ filter max, high pass filter. All right, something's breaking. Maybe we gotta like get rid of some of these. So it's not quite so many taps. Uh-oh, did I bypass it somehow? I hit something that bypassed it. What did I do? Oh my gosh. He made the coolest delay, but man, is it confusing to... I don't have it bypassed. Well, I did something somewhere in the UI. I can't hear it. Oops. Okay, so try it one more time. Delay, child matrix. And let's use this key right here. I'm holding down command. And let's turn it into like 5 taps on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. There. Oh, maybe it's hitting the compressor or something. Something is not quite right, but... Okay, omega delay. And we'll put another omega delay at the end of this and give it different times that are much longer so we get some of that still randomizing stuff. So this is just one element in this. Let's say Unify. Let's filter. Getting there. It's a little stagnant. bring this down just a little bit. And I have pitch about 1.25 on these two guys. Oh, but I want that just on the wheel. So LFO to pitch. Not all the time, although on the... All right, well, that's funky. It's different. Oh, this has to have really extreme glide on it. So we could do all the like Beretta TV show kind of things. So like maybe 68. Yeah, this needs legato. We'll set them all to the same values. Legato. I think that's kind of fun. Almost be slower. Let's see. Okay. Glad you like. I mean, it's not really hip hop per se, but it's got a kind of cool, it reminds me of satellites, so we'll call it lead. Spacey satellites. Why not? Lead. Yeah, we'll clean all that up later. Save. Save. 10 more patches to go for this to be done for release, but I've got some cleanup to do once I get done with the patches. But let's see. We were talking about doing a... Yes, hip-hop as a way of using sounds. That's... People think differently than I do, for sure. But love the vibe. So let's do a pad with pulsing. Right? That was one of the... ARP pads. So let's do this. Let's hit init. I'm going to start with the template for this really nice fade in. Where's it at? I think I put it under pad, right? So yeah, pad. Here we go. Slow grower. Let's get an ARP with this. We'll do two versions. Let's use first a an organ kind of thing to get like a cool. I'm gonna use blue ARP. I like to use the random. And then you can also use chords in here. here's a really fun trick. So let's say duplicate this layer. Take it up an octave. And then after blue ARP, check this out. I'm going to put Jitterbox. These are all patches that I'm making for the Patchmaster Pro 1 library. It's based on samples I took of a Behringer Pro 1. But I'm gonna, so check this out. You can set this to quantize to a different value, like eighth notes. So now it's perfectly just an eighth delayed, but I can also randomize it. And what's really cool is we can say simple note times minimum of eighth notes, and then give it the whole range. And now it's randomly playing different timings based on the blue ARP that's triggering it, so that it's always different. And let's say duplicate this one more time. And let's take this one up an octave higher. And it also has a jitterbox on it, so it's gonna also be doing its fun stuff. Let's only have this going into the effects. How's that? Whatever needs to be shorter. And then, let's have fun. Let's say duplicate one more time. Straight center. You know, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go operation copy this plugin state and then paste. Well, here we gotta go Guru Sampler, and then paste the state. Quite that vintage. I'm going to put a really long pump house on this to slowly fade up and fade down. Comes in and out as an element. What do you think? option to turn down the volumes just a little bit. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun because Unify, you know, I've programmed many different types of synthesizers. And Unify isn't technically a synthesizer, doesn't, you know, in a way, but you're using layers of different synthesizers as components in a like it's a modular synthesizer with your plugins. It's super fun. So you can do there's so many tools here to do really fun things. Let's maybe have a little like delay and fun and high pass it. Let's put a reverb after this. Pretty cool. You know, you're not limited with oscillators. I could keep going completely crazy with what's going on. I'm going to do this as a version 1, and then I'm going to do another one with a wave sequence added to it, believe it or not. So this is BPM pad. Let's see. Let's see. I want to do something with space because it's kind of got that vibe. Moonwalker. And this version 1. That's really fun. I Jitterbox, and the fact that when we were designing this, I was throwing around ideas to Shane, and I was like, it'd be really cool if you could delay and have it be delayed at like quantized timing, so that it's not just, because if you set this just be any timing values like this, then it becomes where it sticks in 30-second notes and all sorts of weird things. Let's go like this, say arbitrary timing. So now the delays. You know? But I was like, is there a way to quantize and then limit the range, the width of the quantize, so that it doesn't go just into weird stuff? And so that's what's fun with working with a developer that knows how to program whatever we're talking about. This synergy between Shane and myself has happened a number of times. It's been really fun. So this is one of those special ones where, you know, yeah, I mean, you could keep going crazy if we wanted to, like, take the left and right. Let's duplicate this. And let's take this up +7. But reverse it to be the other side. And then duplicate this. And do +19. That'd be really fun. And, oh, I'm gonna, let's see. I want to duplicate this one to +19. And then use different waveforms for these. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's easy to get overwhelmed with what's going on. So anyway, that's not the direction I want to go. I want to do something else. So now inside of the factory library of Unify, if you go to the standard library folder, you can type up here WS, and this will list all the patches that have wave sequence in their name. You know, let's make this a little bit wider. Here and here. So I'm going to call up some patches that have wave sequencing, and we're going to find this is using MIDI box to play the notes, and then Polybox takes each note that's coming in and sends it to the next MIDI channel, which is another layer. So Power Arch would actually be really cool. So I'm going to go back to Patchmaster Pro. And let's go over here to our BPM pad that we made, Moonwalker. And then I'm going to go over here to the standard library, type in WS. One more time. Power Arch. Load that into new Unify layer. So it just loads it as a single layer. Right? Now I'm going to play with this. So let's open this up. I don't want it to play these samples. I want it to play Pro 1 samples. So I'm going to open each of these layers, go to Patchmaster Pro 1, and go through the list of all the different sounds that are here and change them. And I can actually do it really fast. If I just hold down the keys here and then paste, 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 paste. It's now all. So let's have one of these be maybe Razorback. Have this be maybe a bass. Let's try what happens if we put a stereo snap bass in. Let's take it down an octave. Different samples, so we say Razorback Saw, and then maybe a thin pulse. That should be kind of fun. So go over here to the squares to like the 95%. Okay, so let's get these guys to be shorter releases because they're a little bit too long. And then we need to mix these up. Let's put a reverb on this. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe just something simple like a Zenverb. And bring up some EQ, longer reverb, like that. shorter now. Let's add something else, a little distortion maybe, like a swanky amp or noise box might be cool on this. And then I want reverb after that. Now the way it's getting that pulsing is because Pump House is down here going. Without it, so I turned off Pump House because I want to program the shape of this into each of the patches. And since this one's so bright, I think it'd be a good candidate for a nice splashy reverb. Let's go water reverb so we get nice. Let's have this one go to an LFO, turn on sync. Let's say have it do a saw down, like an 8th note or 16th note. You can do things with this technique of wave sequencing you can't do on a wave state or wave station. You know, having resonant filters with LFO pulses on one of the wave sequence steps. Different effects. That's kind of cool. All right, now let's put that into Moonwalker and see what we get. We'll just go down an octave. That first, he's a little more. Do something a little bit warmer. So let's go like. It can't be a 5th chord. Maybe detuned. Would this be nice? Let's res. That's nice. Putting that into a mix, you know. Then mix to taste. Maybe this whole thing needs a chorus on it. Slow chorus. Standard library. Pads. I like Nasika. This might be nice to add for a little harmonic interest. Let's move this. You can move layers around. So it's up here now with the 2 grower patches. So where are we at? We're at 8 layers. One of the layers has 5 components. That's 14 different layers. There's 15 different oscillators going on. And look at the CPU. That's what's so nice with Unify. Let's take this guy here and give it a little bit more poisonality with pitchy G fun. So we'll go custom shape. Let me go here and say unilateral 1 shot, fairly fast speed pitch. It's amazing how little pitchy G's and things like that can really, you'll notice them in your mix when you have the track going and stuff. Those little sounds, that makes them interesting. So let's go custom for the other side. Fast rate, 1 shot, unilateral pitch. You know, you can get all sorts of really nice. And when you put that into the mix, you know, that's kind of the fun stuff. It's like the beginning of an Annie Lennox song. Because I've added layers and stuff, it automatically put the name as modified, but we're gonna go up here and change this to be version 2. Save as, save. Oh my gosh, I'm over my time limit. I think we'll stop here. I've got some stuff in here already for the library that are kind of like Stranger Things-esque. Hey, 120. Nice. Like all these 90s kids and stuff like this. This is definitely the... You know, that kind of stuff. And nice detuned things and perky and pure for I don't think it should have reverb. Oh, the reverb's in the sample. Let's see here. We go up here. Oh, wait. Where is it? Where's it at? There. Don't want reverb on this one because it's... I'm going to do all that kind of octavey stuff. Yes, this is stuff people would charge money for. I don't. If you enjoy the lesson, just buy some libraries because this experimental spirit is in all my patches that I make. And I really want to show people what Unify can do. More people get excited with Unify and off we go. Okay, well, I had fun. I made more patches. This is one of the ways that I make myself make patches because I'm in a live stream. I have to make patches. So, we will be doing a live stream on Saturday. This library will be done on Saturday and be available to everybody. So I have some work to do this week, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. Thank you, Chief. I appreciate that. Thanks for sticking the whole time, you guys. My gosh, a couple of you guys have been here the whole time talking. It's been nice having you along with me, so I appreciate it. Maybe we'll do Monday night programming and like just pick different plugins to play with, not just Unify to play with. Because I am working on a library. If you guys didn't see the live stream on Saturday, there is a new synth out that is pretty cool. I don't think I have it. Oh, yeah, here it is. Dream State for Novum. Novum is a rather interesting synth that's a granular based. And what's unique with this that got my, programming antenna up pretty quickly is that when you import a sample, it actually divides it into 6 layers. So you can turn off, say, the transposition setting, you can turn off the chain. And each of these components that are different colors in the mix, like this white one's a pretty strong one. Let's go to the yellow one. And it's got a nice filter. And then, as you can see, you can do some crazy things with the granular engine itself. And it's very, very efficient CPU-wise, because I'm playing big chords. And yeah, it's using some CPU, but if you did this in Omnisphere or something, with most of the granular settings in most granular synthesizers, they can't handle it. Plus, listen to that effects after the fact. It's beautiful. So, really enjoying this. So I'm working on a library of kind of cool texture things. Whole different universe than Patchmaster, but they do work pretty well together. If we were to go over here and say, is it Unify layer, just that pad, where's the pad at? Nice. Anyway, we should play other stuff. But that's enough for today. I'm going to go get myself a little dinner. Thank you for watching and hanging out. Oh, my camera is tilted down. I didn't see. You only see the half of my head. Oops. Well, hey, there you go. I wasn't watching what my video feed was sending, so I was too busy programming. Thank you for hanging out, guys, and we will see you again soon. All right, hands together, head bowed.